finger is finally starting to heal after cutting through it with a chisel in January. It's not fully better and is still a little sensitive, but it's been since January that I've been able to play regularly, so I hope that it can be a smooth jazz in the park summer if I can get my chops back. It's Good Friday. It's a beautiful day outside. I spent the morning going for a walk. Shop's closed, so I figured I would clean up my house a little bit. I did a little bit of that, not nearly as much as I should have, I'm sure, but as I was going through my offcuts, I found some old pieces of cherry veneer that were a fun little size, and I thought, if I try printing on the wood, that could be fun. So that's what I'm gonna do. You'll have to excuse the sound of the air conditioner. It's far too warm in my apartment to do anything without it. I've never done this before. I've only done a very limited amount of printing previously, so real amateur hours coming in. It's gonna be sweet. I'm excited. The first thing I'm gonna do is cut up some cardboard so I have something to put everything on. Then I need to cut the lino and figure out a design. I think I'm kind of pulling from like a I think I'm gonna pull from a like Bauhaus, called constructivist, kind of early Soviet socialist modernist visual language, and do kind of more geometric patterns. The sheets of veneer themselves are only like 3 by 2.5, so I don't have a whole lot of space. So I'm going to try to keep the designs pretty straightforward. I do have red, yellow, blue, and black ink, and a desire to experiment with something new today. Again, let's see how this goes. I fear I may have started a little too late in the day for this, and the sun is going to start to disappear, so if the light quality changes suddenly, that's why. Is it a circle? Not really, but it'll do.
Maybe I'll just do black for everything, then wash the roller, do a color, wash the roller, do a color, wash the roller, and that will be the approach. So I'm gonna try. All right, cool. Interesting. I don't know why the ink didn't transfer evenly there. Okay, those are coming through now. I'm going to try a different approach for this next one. I'm going to put the stamp down and then lay the veneer over top of it. And do the triangle. Let's see how this goes. Roughly the same outcome. I don't know if I'm going to change my approach. I like this one, so I'm going to try one with a similar triangle in the corner, but in the other way, in relation to the grain. Dang, I like this a lot. Triangles, it's pretty cool. Alright, now I'm gonna go clean the forms and the roller. I like the triangles a lot. The rest of this might be pretty triangle heavy. I just think that they work the best with the grain. Although, the more I look at it, the more I just like all of it. It's fun to just try stuff. You just gotta try stuff. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Let's give blue a go. I don't know what the blue is gonna do on the cherry red wood. I've had to relocate slightly within the confines of my apartment to keep the camera plugged in, because apparently I forgot to charge the battery last night. So once again, the light might be a little different. I don't really think it matters. I'm going to go a little more triangle crazy now. Ooh, look at that blue! Okay. Oh yeah. That's interesting. That's fun. Next. Here we go. The companion piece to the other one. Those ones need a red. I don't know about a yellow, but they definitely need a red. I wonder if I'm enjoying the triangles so much because of the rectangular shape of the veneer. Oh, there we go. It feels like it has more direction than the circular or the square pieces. Those feel a little static. Ooh, that one didn't transfer as cleanly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in enough on this. But that's kind of nice, some of the grain running through. This one has a lot of potential for some interesting overlapping experimentation. Once again, didn't get the cleanest transfer, but the blue over the black is interesting. This one has a little cutout there. I'm gonna exploit that and see what happens. Once again, I'm going to go clean the forms and the roller. I might need to get some more cardboard too. Cool. Pretty cool. Gonna add another shape because I think that's what the triangular pieces need. Nope, that doesn't work. That's better. Oh yeah. Printing, man. I mean, fucking come on, look at this. This is so much fun. And like this whole setup cost me like $30. Well, maybe closer to 50. There's definitely something here, something worth continuing to explore. Yeah, this fucking rules. This rules. I love making stuff, dude. I love making stuff. I have no idea if this technique that I'm utilizing here to tie these off is going to work long term, but it's all I've been able to come up with over the last 25 minutes of trying to think of something. What I had imagined would work does not. And so I've been kind of making it up in hopes that it'll stay. If it doesn't, then I'll have to figure something else out, but let's just hope it does, you know? I've been calling it a shelf, but it's not really load bearing. Pretty fucking annoyed that my initial idea didn't work, but more so annoyed that I didn't bother to do seemingly any research on how to do this. Sometimes you just have to do what you're doing regardless and take it as, you know, next time I do something like this, I'll have this previous experience to help guide me. Or what one of my former professors said, do it again, but better. Better. A 6-word phrase that has haunted my brain the past year, almost 2 years now. And while I know it to be true, living, breathing, animal me still gets real frustrated at this kind of stuff, which is silly. It's silly, it's childish. You're getting mad at this. Fucking grow up, you know? Oh, this thing didn't work out the exact way you wanted it to. Oh, boo-hoo. It still sucks, man. Like, why didn't it work out? Why is this idea that I had not accurate? I guess there are no new kind of radical, groundbreaking truths in the world. It's just, you know, it doesn't work for pretty straightforward physics reasons, and the reason you didn't know it didn't work is because A, you didn't do it before, and B, you didn't bother looking it up. And so, like, innumerable amount of people before me, and an innumerable amount of people concurrent with me, I am doing my best to just get it done in hopes that next time it will be better. I have once again found myself in this place, a place that I thought, oh, there's no way I'm going to be back here. There's no way I'll end up back at this exact point again. Of course I'm back. Everybody comes back. Everybody ends up in this position again. So that's just what it is. That's just how things work, really. And if I knew how to do it already, that means I would have been here before. Well, I mean, this seems to be working reasonably okay. I mean, it looks fine. I'm not concerned about the way that it looks. It looks fine. I'm not concerned with the way that it looks. The aesthetics of this tie-off wasn't what I was concerned about. It's the structural element of it. I don't know if this is going to last. But, like I've said, this is meant to be like a gallery piece, a show piece. It should still be functional. It is with the seat. It sucks when you get to the very end, and when the final task is something that you thought was pretty easy and self-explanatory. Turns out to take an hour to make any headway on. No, I thought all the hard stuff was done. And yet, here I am. This being the single most complicated part of this whole build for me. It's not what I was expecting. Anyway, I'm gonna stick to it and hopefully get this all tied off before the end of the day. It's done. Well, mostly. Still missing the hold down clamps. Pay no mind to the post-hardcore in the background. The joys of a shared shop. But it's done. I'm done. I'm out of macrame hell. A hell of my own making, but I'm out of it. I have a brand new bench. All done. All completed. Feels pretty fucking good, man. It got dark at the end there, trying to sort out the final detail of the whole thing. The circumstances of it got the better of me, which isn't ideal. I know that. It still got me, but it's good. It feels good now. I've made it through. I'm on the other side. I'm sitting on a second bench that I've made. This one took substantially longer to make, which makes sense. The first one I made, I worked at it 7 days a week for about 3 weeks. And this one, I worked at it maybe 2 days a week. And even then, they were like 6-hour days. You know, whatever. It's done. It's done.